It's the end of an era for freight rail in Hobart. After 140 years of services, the final freight train has departed the city. The service will now operate out of Brighton, a move TasRail says will help double freight volumes in the next decade. Tamara Glumac reports.
Young and old gathered for the final journey.
It's an era passing, and some of us are so childish we just like trains. We used to swim off the cattle jetty when we were kids, and we came over here a lot. We lived in town and we used to love the trains.
Carrying 1,600 tonnes of freight, the last train chugged out of Hobart.
For those that have had families touched by the rail over that period of time, there will be a reasonable amount of sentiment. You know, it's like anything that's a bygone era.
The Hobart line, which opened in 1876, is closing, and 20 level crossings spread throughout the suburbs will be decommissioned. Freight trains will now travel north from Brighton.
It's a new transport hub for Hobart, and it will also attract more people to rail. It has that facility which will make it easier for people to interface with rail.
TasRail says the move will also allow for a safer and more efficient service.
A significant advantage from a safety perspective is that we only shunt the train once. Whereas here, to load the same length of train, we shunt it 4 or 5 times. Today's
departure was the final chapter in Hobart rail history. Passenger services stopped in 1978. For the driver of the last freight train, Mick Brennan, the journey was particularly moving.
I've been on the job myself for 44 years. My father was here for 46 and my grandfather for 48. So we've got a total of 138 years between us.
The Macquarie Point Development Corporation is taking over the Hobart Rail Yard site. It will conduct site investigations in the next few months ahead of remediation and redevelopment. Tamara Glumac, ABC News.